or there's a guy in the suit, who are you going to look at?
I would probably pick the runners and the jeans myself. I pick
the suit.
Oh. Do I look like a busy professional?
Yes, you do actually. You look really nice.
I wore my busy professional get up today. Now, are you a professional in the city?
Yes, I am.
And where do professional men go to meet women?
Where do we go? Often King area, maybe Queen West or something like that.
The library.
Really?
To go.
There's one nice place for French people, that is called Central Bar on Markham Street, and it's just close to Honest Heads, and it's quite kind of nice place for like a Friday night hangout.
Now, where would you find a busy professional man in the city?
Not at a bar.
Usually bars, I guess.
Good things about the keg, yeah.
The keg on Adelaide in York is a place to pick up.
Usually on Queen West or Ossington. That's usually where I hang out.
In Toronto Dominion Center, there's a 55th floor, I believe, that has a bar there.
Right.
So from my understanding, that's where they go, those busy professionals with their suits.
I'm very busy. I'm a broker.
Do you have time to date?
Sometimes.
We're
Really
late
actually
for
busy.
meeting at the moment.
Do you have a lot of single professional friends?
A few.
Any you can set me up with?
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Isabel, let's go back to some of those really interesting statistics that you have on mistakes people make on those first dates. So another one is 27% of people said that the other person they were meeting had expectations for the date that were way too high.
You don't know who you're going to be meeting, and you put a lot of emotional investment as to this introduction. So of course you kind of have this vision, and when you walk in and there's that expectation, but unfortunately if it is that you're going to be residing back to the 35% and then you're just going to be judging the person based on its cover, then it kind of defaults you from that experience. So it's not the best thing to do to kind of have those high expectations. You got to just go in there, and again, the emphasis is just to have fun.
Thanks so much again. Stay with us because we'll be right back after this break to take some of your questions on dating for busy professionals.
Round and round, my head is spinning round and round and round. It's true every time. Round and round, my head is spinning round and round.
Welcome back to Dating 201. I'm Gloria MacDonald, and with me today is Isabella Lumen from It's Just Lunch. Isabel, you and I both deal with professionals. We know they're busy. We know they've got hectic schedules. We know they're all looking for instant gratification, that instant success. They want the man or the woman, and they want it now, right? In fact, they wanted it yesterday, didn't they? Yeah. But, it's just not that easy. And chemistry is something that nobody's been able to define yet, right? All the scientists in the world haven't been able to figure out exactly what creates chemistry.
Absolutely.
So you really have to give yourself a chance, and you have to be patient, and sometimes you have to meet a lot of people, don't you?
You've got to be open and really look at any opportunity in your field, really see and maximize every event, go to all the events, figure out, I guess it really all depends on who you're looking for, right?
Right.
So figure that out, figure out their market, and open yourself up to that. So if it is that you're a doctor, go to conferences, and if it is that you're a broker, of course, you're going to go to trade shows or anything else that's going to kind of like direct you in the direction of your prospective partners.
So we have a question from a viewer, so let's take that, okay?
Okay.
I'm 36 years old and I'm an emergency room doctor. I've spent a lot of time in school. I've worked hard to get where I am. I own my own home. I'd love to find the right guy, get married, and have children. Why is it so hard to meet a man who is my equal, who is well educated and professional?
Isabel, it does seem like it's more difficult for professional women. This woman has spent a lot of time in school. She's gotten herself educated. She's got a great career, owns her own home. Women are looking for men who are their equals or higher, right?
It's true. Because they do have that standard, because they did work their way up that corporate ladder, up that form of education as well. Right. So they're looking for their equal. And it is difficult because a lot of the men on the other end, they're not as particular. They're not looking for certain careers, they're not looking for certain annual incomes. Right. They're just looking for someone that's, that they can kind of, that's their balance, if you will.
That they can connect with,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. And some of the women, it's difficult for them to kind of come down and to be a little bit more grounded and to let go of some of those expectations, I find. So it may seem like their market and their pool is a little bit slimmer. It's just kind of their narrowed vision.
Oh, okay, so open up their vision.
Exactly.
And there's hope, right? There are great guys out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we meet them all the time.
Exactly.
Perfect. Let's take another question, okay?
Okay.
I just went out with a guy for the first time who had 2 cell phones, one attached to his belt on either side. In the middle of our date, he took a phone call on one phone, then started texting on another. I couldn't believe it. It was so obnoxious and rude. Don't men have any manners any longer?
Oh, Isabel, I wish I didn't hear this, but unfortunately I hear this too often. The guy with the cell phones, texting, everything else.
All too familiar.
Yeah. Any tips for those guys?
Well, it's unfortunate, but at the same time, you can't really be surprised because I find that there are a lot of women in the corporate boardrooms as well. And, they have their BlackBerries and they're texting and picking up phones. It doesn't make it right, but it is something that does happen. On a date, it's a big no.
Big no.
Absolutely. And guys really need to be cognizant of that. So turn off those cell phones and pay attention to the date to try to get that second date. Because all that time that you're texting, again, it kind of deflects from learning about, what she's saying and listening and trying to get that second date, right?
You know what? And even if you guys out there and women, even if you think the person you're with is not the man or woman of your dreams, I mean, please, just for 45 minutes of your life, turn off your cell phone, don't be rude. And I know that some guys might think that it impresses a woman because they're busy, right? They've got the 2 cell phones, they're texting, whatever. It does not impress a woman ever, 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 right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So turn off the cell phones, stop texting, and just really spend 45 minutes to an hour with an interesting person and get to know them.
Exactly. Great.
Isabel, thank you so much. And if our viewers want to find out more about It's Just Lunch, how do they get in touch with you?
Oh, well, they could find us on the web.
Okay.
At itsjustlunchtoronto.com.
Okay, so www.itsjustlunchtoronto.com.
Exactly.
Great. Thanks so much again. I'm Gloria MacDonald. Thank you for joining us this week on Dating 201, and I look forward to having you with us again next week.
Round and round, my head is spinning round and round. It's true every time I start to think about all the possibilities of me and you.